What is the worst thing that's happened to you on a roller coaster?
I lost my vision on one called Goliath in America.
Would you recommend going on it again?
Yeah. Explaining TrackMania to your nan.
No! How is that even possible?
Turns out this game's really hard. We are joined here today by Tom Cole, who is a TrackMania champion. Tom, explain to us, first of all, what is TrackMania, and second of all, what does it take to be a champion in it?
TrackMania is a arcade racing game with nothing realistic.
Like it already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically full speed action, and what it takes to be, I guess, a champion is just a lot of time and dedication.
So at your peak, how many hours were you putting into TrackMania?
At least 70, 80 a week
Oh,
kind of
wow.
thing.
Wow, that's a full-time job and then some, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd come home from school and just play for hours just because I love the game.
How much do you have to break? Because I don't really agree with breaking in principle.
Breaking is for cowards, according to
Exactly.
Julia.
It depends what kind of environment you're playing. I mean, the one that I play the most is the technical aspect, which involves a lot of braking, but you never really have to let go of the accelerator.
See, that speaks to me more.
Bury that accelerator into the carpet.
Exactly. If I can get my leg fully straight.
Through the firewall, into the engine compartment. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So you've won a whole bunch of different tournaments and stuff. Tell us a bit about that.
My first tournament that I entered abroad was the ESWC, which is the World Championship.
Yeah.
And I ended up coming second somehow.
Bad, right out the
Pretty
gate.
good.
And then
Yeah.
that gave me the ambition to try and, become the best. So the next year there was another World Championship, which I ended up winning.
At what point did you realise that you might be one of the greatest TrackMania players in the world? Was it a moment in time, or was it a sort of gradual realisation?
I kind of knew that I was good at the game, I guess in like 2014. And then when I entered my very first offline competition, I thought, I got a chance at actually becoming one of the best. And then when I eventually won, I thought, I've sort of cemented it.
After you've won, world championships, does that mean the next competition that you come back to, do you change the way you walk when you go in there?
You should have an entrance music.
No entrance music, but I don't know what it's like to...
Not be a winner? I hate him.
I've never experienced what it's like not to be a winner, so I wouldn't know.
How far into knowing someone do you then kind of just like drop it into conversation, being, like a world champion?
Back in school, I was kind of like worried about telling people. So I never told anyone that I did gaming, never told anyone
Greatness
anything.
hidden among us. So you didn't tell anyone from school? You must have told somebody though.
Well, yeah, my family knew, but other than that, I didn't tell
Did it
any
get you
of
out
my
of the washing
friends.
up?
No, Mum, I'm not doing the washing up. I'm a world champion.
I mean, come on, if you can't get out of the washing up because
No,
you're a world
exactly.
champion, what on earth is the point of doing anything?
I'm not taking the bins out.
Yeah.
These hands are gold. Unlike most sports, you do a lot of your competing at home, presumably, particularly in the last sort of year or so.
Yeah.
How does it compare when you're doing all your practice and all your training at home to then go and sit there in front of thousands of people in an arena and perform? What's the atmosphere like?
So different. I mean, you hear the cheering when you're winning a round or when the rounds are close. At home, it's just dead silence.
When you're competing at home, does like your mum come in and like offer you like a cup of tea and you're like, get out?
No, she's normally downstairs just watching. Like she
Is it?
loves watching the competition.
Aw,
So
that's
amazing.
So nice. My
Yeah.
parents don't give a cup about anything I do.
yeah, my nan watches as well. So like,
Oh my God, Nan cheer squad.
Imagine
Yeah.
explaining TrackMania to your nan. She's like, I lived through a war,
Yeah, but I'm like a world champion.
Okay.
All right.
she loves it.
This is such a wholesome
It's
episode.
so wholesome.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a challenge in like a little bit, but I think it's kind of important that everyone sees just how madcap this game is. So can we get you to like jump on a track and show us?
Yeah, of course.
This is amazing. I really want to put my face right up against the TV.
I think I would have lost my lunch about 3 corners ago.
I mean, you lost your eyesight on a roller coaster, so God
It was
knows
a
what
corner
this.
a bit like this one, actually.
Your like spleen would come out of your ear or something. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
This is amazing.
sort of hypnotic, isn't
It
it?
is.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, that was
Okay,
amazing.
you made that look a lot easier than I think I would make it. So.
Yeah, it looks really easy, but I suspect it's a bit more challenging than that.
Yes.
Very challenging. Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll find out, right? Here's the challenge. You guys are each going to have a controller. You're controlling the same car at the same time, so it will average out your inputs as you race.
That's insane. Can I just press accelerate and then leave the rest?
I mean, probably, yeah, if you don't touch the stick, but that's sort of cheating.
I think it's just working to your strengths within a team, which is mine is not braking and not steering.
No, you need to turn as well. We both have to agree on the same turnings.
You've got a world champion on your team, you'll be fine.
Oh, God, Mike.
All right. Oh, you've been dropped from a helicopter as well, that's good.
Yeah, so it's the little arrows at the top, right?
Yeah.
We've got to, like, match them.
There's a little bit of pinballing going on, I'm noticing.
That's because there's two of us controlling us, Mike. What do you want?
But that's how, like, pilots do it, right? There's two pilots.
Yeah, this is exactly how pilots do things, Mike. Exactly.
This seems like quite an intense course. And the camera changes, and the engine switches on and off.
Ah!
Oh my
No!
Let's keep going.
Yeah, good effort.
All right, we'll see how well you do in a minute.
I'm not saying I'm going to be any better.
This is stupid!
Oh my God.
Who invented
So
this?
hard.
That rock is your nemesis.
Come
on, wait,
Come on. There we go.
You've got your engine back. Okay, good. Avoid those
Why
giant
does that happen?
cats.
Who's turning off my engine? What's going on?
I would be in favour of all this stuff being added to Formula One.
What?
Oh, you've fallen.
How is that even possible? No, the stupid bit! No!
This must be torture for you. All those skills, all those hours
Shut
of
up,
honing
Mike.
your
It's
talents.
really hard.
It's really hard.
He's compromised. You're being very careful. There's a lot of like
I didn't
cautious.
realise you could fall off.
Me neither, to be honest.
Must be approaching the finish line now, surely.
Now, there we go.
Good effort. Ouch,
Okay, 2,
that was slow.
12, 19. Shut up, game. You don't know what we were dealing with here.
You don't know what I've been through.
Who puts a pylon in the middle of a racetrack? This is
I know,
stupid.
it's extremely dangerous. I mean, from a health and
Extremely
safety
dangerous.
perspective alone. Don't worry, Tom. I'll show you how it's done.
Oh my God. Mike, you are intolerable.
joking.
Intolerable.
I like to get myself into trouble. All right, here we go. I'll give it a go. I don't think I'm going to be very good at this, but let's have a crack anyway. If I can not fall off the world.
All right. I didn't even know you could fall off the wall.
Yeah, well,
That was a bit of a surprise.
It's actually very difficult to stay out of the walls just in general, isn't it? I feel I have a new appreciation for what you guys were struggling with. I've hit a tree already.
Okay, you didn't even get to the bit where you got stuck.
It's fine, I've reset. There's so much of the track I have to do again. This is rubbish.
No. Mike, what's wrong with you? Keep going, reverse.
Turns out this game's really hard to
Yes, you
win.
might win, even after our disastrous attempt. Thank God.
All right, I understand now.
Don't
I was insufferable and I feel bad about it.
If you just go to the left, there's a really good rock
lovely.
there. Oh, screw you. All right. Oh, no, how did he do that? How did he do that? Outrageous.
It's going to be close.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is going to be close at all. Unless you do something disastrous, you've basically got it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh my God, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, I set the first record. That was the most inauspicious finish ever, but yeah.
30 seconds difference
Yeah,
or something. Ours was like 2:12.
There you go, Tom. That's a world champion performance.
You know what, Mike?
So keep practicing and...
Oh my God.
Is there like a law about how much G-force you can subject someone to?
Not exactly.
I regret this a little bit now.
That's a bit... That's your nightmare.
Oh my god, my iPad! Oh my god, my iPad! Let me go again.
You are going again.
This bit's quite relaxing.
Okay, I think I need a little bit of a sit down after that. That's quite a lot back to back.
You take your mask off there,
This
Julie.
is going to take a while to sort out.
I think secretly she's been sick in it and she just doesn't
I threw up a little in my mask. That was amazing, but like I think maybe doing it 5 times in a row is.
I'm glad I had a light breakfast.
I did lose a few things on the way round.
I saw, yeah, you
Yeah.
were shedding items. Was that a lip pencil that ended up in the lake?
Ended up in the lake. Even after doing it like a few times, I was like, oh, I'll be like really chill the next time you do it. No, it won't. No, it
It
won't.
turns out, yeah, motion sickness is cumulative. Who knew? Who knew? Right, all right.
I don't
Now
know
to
what we're
walk
doing. I know I wanna go and
in a
interact.
dignified fashion away from here. Oh boy.
We're here with John, who I think kind of has actually probably one of the most awesome jobs.
If not the most awesome job in the world. John, how do you design a roller coaster?
I mean, that's a massive question. I mean, we look at so many different things around the world, try and get loads of inspiration to come up with brand new rides like this, the Swarm at Thorpe Park, which is one of my most thrilling roller coasters here.
In terms of the G-forces you pull on the roller coaster, is there like a law about how much G-force you can subject someone to?
Not exactly. I mean, the human body can get up to about 9G altogether.
What's that?
This one hits around 3.6 G on the Swarm,
Right.
Where some of our other roller coasters like Nemesis Inferno, that reaches around 4.5. But it's not about actually holding you under that longer of a G force, because by doing that, you create symptoms of like graying out. So we do them in quick bursts and quickly change that G force. And we even go to moments where we create negative G force, where we actually give that.
What's negative? How does that? What? I don't understand science. Please explain it to me.
So negative G force is whereby you actually get that sensation of being completely weightless and floating, where your butt leaves the seat essentially, and you feel like you are floating.
Not to get too like pretentious about it, but like,
Yeah, Mike. All right.
I'm just getting into it here. Are you trying to tell a story? Is there like a narrative to the ride?
Absolutely. I mean, we've come up with these rides and we've always got competition out there, so we've got to make ourselves stand out. So with something like the Swarm, we told a story that an alien has come down and grabbed hold of you and is taking you basically on the ride of your life as it nears the end of the world. And that adds that extra layer of thrill to the roller coaster.
In terms of the ride technology, what have been the big sort of trends like recently?
I mean, do you have trends in roller coasters? I don't know. Is that a thing?
Yeah, there absolutely is trends in roller coasters. So we always want to be new and have something new to market about. So for instance, like the Swarm, this was the UK's first winged coaster where you sit either sides of the car and it gives you a completely different sensation. Stealth is like the UK's fastest roller coaster. I mean, that is pretty awesome. It's
What's
like
the acceleration on that thing? Because to compare it to like a supercar, for example, what's the 0 to 60 on Stealth?
So, so Stealth is actually 0 to 80 in 2.5 seconds.
That's ludicrous.
Which is
That's
insane.
absolutely ludicrous.
I know, and we based it all off Formula One car racing. We thought, how cool would it be to simulate being a Formula One driver and doing that acceleration as quick as possible, and we replicated it with Stealth, and it's one of my favourite rides here.
If you're a kid sitting at school and you're like, I want to design roller coasters, what's the route into this ludicrous job that you've secured?
I mean, it has so many different backgrounds people do who do this job. So my background was architecture and design.
You're like, buildings are rubbish. They don't do anything. They just stay there.
I haven't seen a building accelerate from 0 to 80 in 2.5 seconds in ages.
So boring. Why waste your time? Sorry.
I just love roller coasters. I mean, you can't do this every day. And like you said, buildings are buildings. I want to design big machinery that takes you 0 to 80 or flying through inversions, and I find that really thrilling and really exciting to make people feel something.
Do you take any inspiration from video games?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm a massive fan of design games, so building things and customizing elements and things like track games and roller coaster type games as well. And I find them really great as a tool to actually start designing things very quickly.
Do you prototype on the video games?
Yeah, absolutely. So prototyping on them is a great tool to quickly do something without spending any money, basically.
Have you played TrackMania at all? Because that's the game we've been playing, and it has that kind of like roller coaster vibe and the feeling of your stomach leaving out via your throat, that sort of thing.
Yeah, so TrackMania, I've had a look at it, and it actually has loads of elements of tools that we use in the industry to actually design some of our rides. So all those elements that you're creating, customizing, and the way that the cars actually go around the track is exactly what we do with our roller coasters. So it's actually interesting to see actually the link between the two.
And now it's time for Tom to have a go at Star in a reasonably still car. Tom, how do you feel? Look at those scores up there. We've got Alex with 140 and Gav at 152. Do you reckon you can smash that?
I feel like there's a chance. My practice runs went pretty well, so hopefully if I just stay on the track.
It's quite a spread. You could slot it in between there in the 12-second gulf between those two times. You want to beat Alex Donaldson, right? You want to get into the 130s?
Yeah, it'd be nice to get in the top of the leaderboard.
But you're a born winner. You're not going to settle for anything less, are you?
Obviously, that was going to be my question. Let's kick it off then and see how you do.
Hit that button and start that race. This car was built before you were born, correct?
Oh, dude, come on.
This is good. Smooth gear changes. I love it so far. Do you know the circuit well?
A little bit.
Oh!
Don't stop distracting him.
Sorry.
That went so bad.
All right, he's recovered it. He's back on the road. It's fine.
Is this because he's younger than you?
Yes.
Stop taking out your...
Yes, I'm extremely jealous of his youthful features. Right, into Chicago.
Take it out on the track.
Exactly.
Like.
Yeah. That's a good tight, like nice and tight, not washing out too much. Good, neat and tidy on the exit. That's a little cautious into Hammerhead.
Pick up a couple of cones, you get points for that.
Yeah, exactly. It's 10 points per cone.
Yeah, if you can bring them all the way back to across the finish line.
Yeah, you get extra bonus. You get to keep them. Some fast corners coming up. Fast right-hander here. Beautifully balanced.
Nice. TrackMania skills, come on. Pull it out the bag.
I think you're going to recover for a good time here. It's just about picking your braking point in the middle of this sea of asphalt. All right, final corner. Here we go.
Come on, you can do it, you can do it. Come on,
Clip
get
that
it,
apex. Cross the line.
That's it, yes!
There you go.
Tom Cole, you did it in 1 minute 33.6.
1:33.
That's
wow,
great.
That's a really good time.
You
Particularly
super
given that
recovered.
you parked up and had a picnic at one point. So very, very impressive.
Did you feel any adrenaline for that?
Yeah. I completely forgot to brake on the first turn.
I'm sure it's an equivalent challenge to stepping up to the plate at a TrackMania World Championships.
Yeah.
The level of pressure, the amount you want it, I'm sure is exactly
People shouting
the same.
things at you.
Oh yeah,
from
it's
across
quite.
the room.
It's the same. People trying to put you off the entire way through. Yeah.
Do you feel quite proud of that?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It's beat all my practice runs, so yeah, I'll take that.
It's got to be the biggest pivot in video games.
Julia, you are known.
You told me the wrong button!
I'm not going to beat Gav. It needs to be in my pants.